Hey everyone, how's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you with today's video. And, yesterday I thought I'd talk about glam metal. Today I'm going to talk about kind of the second wave of metal that happened that is maligned by a lot of true metalheads, right? Glam metal was the first. Now this one happened a while ago. I mean, you already know what it is. You read the title. This happened in the late 90s slash early 2000s. So, of course, in this one, I'm going to tackle new metal, NU, and basically what I think about that. So, I guess I will start with the albums in my collection that are, again, in my opinion, probably the most, that's what I'm looking for, commercially contrived that would fall under the new metal umbrella. And but here's the thing, yesterday I talked about Poison's, commercially contrived music, and how I said I don't really like it that much. These albums I'm going to show off. I actually really like these two albums about to show that I feel are very commercially contrived. So, first one we're going to talk about is Drowning Pool's Sinner. It's their debut album, their only album with their first singer, and I really like this. Yes, it's incredibly commercial and pop metalish sounding, for lack of a better term, but you know what? It's also really, 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 really good. I absolutely love this. I love the songs on it. I love the way they're constructed. Yada yada yada. I love everything about it. Now, in my view, after their first singer died, the band went to complete garbage. I don't like any of their material with their second singer. I don't know. They have more than two. Whatever. Regardless, I only like I only like this album by them. Right. This is it. Just because I think they had something really special on this album. Yes, it's hugely commercial. Yes, it's hugely contrived. But you know what? I really like it. So there you go. Second album that I'm going to show off that is, again, commercially contrived, that falls into this, would be Disturbed's The Sickness. Same thing. They definitely found a formula on this album and have really stuck to it since. But you know what? Same thing. I really like the songs on this. I like the way they're constructed. I like the presentation. I just really enjoy this album quite a bit. I have no problem admitting that. you know, it's I think it's great. That's, again, just my opinion. And I think these, to be fair, these two albums, how I was talking about glam metal, how it didn't feel like metal to me. Well, those albums actually feel like metal, right? They have basically the riffing style down, and there's enough heaviness there for it to actually be considered metal, right? So I think those qualify, right? Now I'm going to show off an album that is divisive, to put it mildly, I think, in the metal community, because this band is very divisive, right? A lot of people write them off as, commercial sellout bullshit, but a lot of true cult metalheads like them as well. So it's a little bit of a dichotomy, I think. And of course, and would I judge these guys as new metal? Kind of, maybe, kind of, right? I don't know. Of course, I'm talking about Slipknot. I personally really like Slipknot. I enjoy their music generally, and I don't like it as much as I do a lot of other bands. They're not even in my top 50. They didn't make the list, but I do like them. I do enjoy their work, and I think they're pretty good and they're pretty original. And to me, this album, and really any of their albums, don't feel commercially contrived or anything. They don't feel like they're designed for like rock radio at all. They feel organic to me, right? They feel absolutely just like a normal free flowing band, you know, not pre-planned or anything, just, you know, pretty much what you would expect, right? So there you go. And the final album I'm going to show off. I don't consider this band nu metal at all, personally. I don't consider them that. They were lumped into that category, in my opinion, unfairly. And that is System of a Down. This is their debut, right? I remember I learned about this band when I saw their video for War from this album on Headbangers Ball back in the 90s. Was it 90s? Yeah, I think it was 90 something, 98 or so. And I remember hearing War, and I think, you know, it was really and it just sounded so different, but it was still so heavy and so great. I would consider, if I have to categorize System of a Down something, I would consider them, quote, is alternative metal, which I know that's kind of a generic term, but I think it fits them. Basically, some of the elements of alternative music mixed in with metal. I think they fall into that. At least for me, they do, much more than nu metal. And they have tons of influences, and just throwing them into the same categories like Disturbed and Drowning Pool, I don't think it fits. Really, they sound way too different than that stuff. That they sound really different from Slipknot, you know. So, of course, we all know that nu metal died a while back, right? For the most part. I mean, there's still a few bands going, Korn and Slipknot being the two most prominent. Oh, Disturbed, I guess, and Godsmack. But for the most part, that is a fairly dead musical form, right? Now, what's my opinion on it? Again, it's going to be similar to glam metal. I think there was some great stuff in that movement and some garbage. Cold Chamber is probably one of the worst ones. But you know, some of it really good. And well, of course, we're not going to talk about a few of the bands that were really, really, really bad. Yeah, there were some really bad ones, but there was, again, some really good stuff too. So it's kind of a mixed bag. But that does lead me. I will do the third part of this series. I've got to do a little more research. It's honest. I'm not going to do it quite as off the cuff as I did these two, because even though nu metal has died, I think it did influence some of the worst trends in modern metal. And I will be talking about that in the next part of the series, which will be the third and final part. So anyway, that's pretty much it. In the meantime, let me know in the comments below what you think about nu metal, if you liked it, hated it, indifferent, whatever. That, of course, is it. As always, thank you so much for watching. Live long and prosper. I can't talk. Live long and prosper. Keep on rocking. Don't record a couple of videos in a row, or you'll be like me.